You know, seriously, I don't even know what's going on with WWE programming as of late. They were doing just fine at the beginning of this year with Jericho returning. They were having some great matches. We were seeing CM Punk and Daniel Bryan in the series of matches at the beginning of the year. Things were going great. You know, they were going fantastic. Then the matches leading up to WrestleMania were starting to suffer a little bit, and the shows for Raw and SmackDown, they were just really suffering big time. And, you know, tonight's show was it was bad. I mean, I don't even know how else to put it. WWE's been in a rut as of late. This was just inexcusable. I mean, WWE was already suffering this week from the 3-hour Raw, especially the last segment, which was just completely ridiculous with John Cena remaining silent. So let's get to this because we've got a lot to talk about because WWE really fucked up this week. And you got to have people like me to bring it all into perspective. So, what do we got? Show opens up, Daniel Bryan promo. Decent. Not really as good as previous weeks. But, you know, decent. Crowd wasn't as behind Daniel this time. For some reason, I don't know. I guess the fans are the WWE Universe. You know, I like I said, I want to make a separate rant about that, but I can't stand every time the announcers say WWE Universe. I mean, what is this, Celestial, a galaxy? Listen, it's the fucking fans. It's been that since forever. I don't know, they're trying to get cute with Universe. They've been doing that for the past couple of years. But anyway, the WWE Universe was not behind Daniel Bryan tonight as much as previous weeks. But we've got Alberto Del Rio coming out. And all of a sudden, we remember that he's the number one contender. I remember because my fucking brain keeps track of every single little fucking minuscule thing here in the WWE. You see, because, you know, they always like to get one passed on the fans, but sadly, I remember everything because I've been watching this shit for so fucking long. And, you know, that I guess it's a gift and a curse that my memory's that good. But, oh, wait a minute. It only happened a couple of weeks ago, so nobody should be forgetting. But, looks like WWE did. And, anyway, we've got the first match of the night getting ready. That's why Alberto Del Rio is out here. Big Show comes out, and Alberto Del Rio and his ring announcer try to get a little C chant started. Big Show interrupts and asks if it's yes or C. You know, I don't even know what the fuck that was about. Barely even makes sense. But anyway, he ends up choke slamming Alberto's ring announcer, Carl Rodriguez. And anyway, we're on to the first match. And there's a commercial break right away. We come back and we get about a minute of action before Cody Rhodes comes in. And Big Show picks up the victory with the DQ. Cody Rhodes tries to pull a Steve Blackman with a kendo stick, but Big Show pretty much thwarts all his efforts and gets the drop on Cody with his belt. Not really sure what's going to happen with this matchup come Sunday. We find out later in the night that the stipulation for Extreme Rules is going to be decided by the spin of a wheel, kind of like Raw Roulette, you know, when they do that sometimes. So who knows what kind of match it's going to be. Does it really matter? Is anybody really looking forward to this matchup? I highly doubt it. Cody Rhodes should be used in so many better ways than he is right now. Dropping the title to the Big Show is just completely ridiculous at WrestleMania. I said that time and time again. I can't get enough of it. Anyway, backstage, we got John Laurinaitis walking with Eve, you know, congratulating her on her new position, working in his little cabinet backstage. They run into Teddy Long. Eve says that everybody backstage who they don't know, such as the stagehands, should wear name tags. What is this, Seinfeld? I guess that's when they wrote this show. They must have had Seinfeld in mind. This was one of Kramer's ideas. So, nice throwback to Seinfeld, but we don't really need it on a wrestling show. Anyway, minor chuckle to myself, but really ridiculous. Eve tells Teddy to go get a name tag. Anyway, we got action in the ring. Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella. Fun fact here, Alicia Fox is probably the hottest fucking diva of all in WWE right now. Just my personal opinion. She's not that bad in the ring also. We get some footage of Raw where Beth Phoenix drops the title to Nikki Bella, which is just the strangest thing, but you know, Brie Bella has been the champion before, but I just think that I don't know, they're not champion worthy. But then again, the Divas title is worthless, and not only is it worthless, but it looks worthless. That is the ugliest fucking belt in the whole entire history of wrestling. I mean, I used to think that TNA's belts looked hideous. That belt looks fucking just disgusting. It looks like that the last ECW title belt they had, just fucking gaudy, huge, and awful. I hate it. I think the belt looks disgusting. But anyway, just gotta throw it out there that Beth Phoenix was not injured. She dropped the title because she thought she was going to be out. And it turns out she's got a sprained ankle, and they're going to have a match in Extreme Rules or another rematch. So what a waste of a title switch. Maybe Beth is going to win it back at Extreme Rules. Not that they know that she's not really injured seriously. But, you know, who knows. Anyway, Twin Magic and Brie ends up getting the pinfall after an X Factor facebuster. Yeah, thanks for coming. Waste of time. You know, how is it anybody going to take the Divas division seriously when you've got these short matches that don't even go for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? They don't even go that long. They just go for like 2 fucking minutes or under. Now, that just shows that WWE has no faith in the Divas division at all. Now, I remember back in 2004, there was a lot of Divas action going on. That's because we had Lita and Trish and Jacqueline and Ivory and all these other Divas that WWE had faith in. So they let them go for a certain amount of time. And, you know, it's a real shame because I'm not saying that the Bellas are no good or Alicia Fox doesn't deserve it. They deserve to at least have 5 minutes in the show. Give them fucking 5 minutes. Can't you afford that? Can you at least afford to give them that amount of time so people can take this shit seriously? Because they're obviously not. Because you throw them out there on TV and then you take them away. Nobody's mind can process a match that fast and appreciate it. You know, I'm all for short matches, compact matches that don't take up a lot of time. But, come on. Seriously? Anyway, we got backstage. We got Titus ONeil and Darren Young are picking on Yoshi Tatsu, making fun of his accent, saying, who is he going to get as his partner? Oh, look, it's Ezekiel Jackson, the new jobber. You know, I gotta fucking laugh about this. Ezekiel Jackson was the fastest rising star in WWE in 2011. And now he's been jobbing on superstars to just about everybody. You know, to Jinder Mahal, guys like that. I mean, this is a big powerhouse, and this guy is going down like he's nothing. It's really, really fucking sad. You know, I'm not really the biggest Ezekiel Jackson fan. The guy's okay. He reminds me a lot of Ahmed Johnson, and not just because he's black, because he's got a similar power style. You know, both guys are intimidating. And you know, it works in professional wrestling. But, I don't know, WWE is just making a fool out of him. Anyway, backstage, Teddy Long is wearing a maid's outfit, and he's got a ginormous name tag on him. And Oksana comes into the room and she looks really uneasy seeing Teddy in a really frilly maid's outfit. I mean, he's in fucking drag. This is really fucking stupid. I mean, it's childish. It looks dumb. Anyway, we find out that Antonio Cesaro is going to have a matchup tonight. You know, this guy is from Switzerland, but Cesaro, isn't that an Italian last name? I don't understand that. But anyway, we find out that this is a long-time friend of Oksana. So obviously something's going to happen. Teddy Long's getting really jealous. Anyway, Eve tells Teddy that he's going to have his own Teddy table. He's going to commentate at ringside. But he can't say what he wants because John Laurinaitis is going to tell him in an earpiece what to say out there. So anyway, that's the end of that segment. It's just so fucking cheesy and stupid and just worthless segments backstage. John Laurinaitis is probably the most awkward motherfucker. You know something that's kind of weird? He's even more awkward now than he was before when he came into the to the WWE television for the first time. You know, it's great to have him there because he had so much heat, you know, off TV, backstage, but you know he's just a blundering buffoon backstage. You can't even really understand what the fuck he's even saying half the time. Anyway, so we get the matchup between Yoshi Tatsu, Ezekiel Jackson, teaming together against Titus ONeil and Darren Young. Titus ONeil is probably the biggest doof of all time. He barks like a seal. He's just completely worthless, awkward in the ring, has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Darren Young, talented guy, you know, but just completely lost in obscurity after the Nexus broke up. Anyway, we get a finisher that's made to look a little bit like a heart attack off the top rope, but Titus ONeil poorly positions Yoshi Tatsu, and Darren Young barely gets a piece of Tatsu's neck, and the finish looks awful. And Darren Young gets the pin. I blame it on ONeil. You know what? I just fucking blame it on WWE because they're rushing like crazy. They don't even get fucking 2 minutes. This time, I'm looking at it on PW Torch recapping it. It got, you know, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, watching the matches and then looking at the reports, sometimes Parks over here on PW Torch doesn't exactly get the right time for each matchup, but he clocked it in at a minute and 46 seconds. I don't know if it was that fast, but it was pretty damn fucking fast. So you got guys rushing. Obviously, when they rush, things are going to get sloppy. They're going to make mistakes. Slow the fuck down. They got so much garbage going on backstage with Laurinaitis and all this other trash. My God, like, don't be surprised when things turn out to be a clusterfuck. Because WWE is just booking their fucking shows as of late like fucking shit. And I don't understand it. Because then sometimes you get good matches like CM Punk and Mark Henry 2 weeks ago on Raw. You know, that was a smart booking decision. But then you get shit like this tonight, which is just complete garbage. Titus ONeil and Darren Young as a unit sucks. Darren Young by himself is a win. Titus ONeil should just get the fuck out of WWE. Release him. He's worthless. Use Ezekiel Jackson instead. At least he's a somewhat competent big man. Titus ONeil is just a fucking fail. The end. Up next, we got Michael Cole and Randy Orton. You know, we get the video package recapping everything. And, you know, it's pretty much not exactly the best interview here. Just really, really disappointing. Orton really not coming off good at all in this interview. You know, being a little bit too intense to the point where he's almost boring. I'm surprised. You know, Orton's not exactly the best promo guy out there, but this really just didn't fucking cut it. I'm sorry, but I'm just bored with this Kane feud. So maybe the boredom is just seeping into my subconscious, and I'm gonna automatically hate everything having to do with it. Jinder Mahal walks out of fucking nowhere. Where the fuck has Jinder Mahal been? Oh, that's right. I actually do watch Superstars. I'm like the only person who actually watches it on YouTube. Comes out and says that both of these guys are going to destroy each other. Kane and Randy Orton are going to completely annihilate each other at Extreme Rules, and he's going to take their spot as the next big star in the company. Randy Orton asks if he's an announcer, and says that he's not, because before Michael Cole informed Randy Orton that no wrestler is allowed to hit an announcer, just like the new referee rule. So it goes without saying that Jinder Mahal got an RKO. And that's the end of that segment. Very ineffective. Nobody even fucking remembered who Jinder Mahal was, because he hasn't been on television since the Royal Rumble. Last time he'd been on SmackDown, he faced off against Sheamus and lost like in under 5 minutes, so no one's going to remember that. Just an all-around waste of time segment. This whole thing right here, this whole fucking segment, Orton coming out to the ring and everything, was just a fucking waste. I'd rather not have any build-up at all if they're going to do shitty build-up. Just don't even fucking bother. Just show the video package. They should have just maybe had a little mini squash match between Mahal and Orton, and it would have had the same effect as having Orton be interviewed. Because this was just a fucking waste of time. It took so long, and, I just fucking hated that segment. Awful. Anyway, Antonio, Cesaro, and Tyson Kidd. Oh, look, Tyson Kidd, one of the most talented wrestlers that WWE has right now, gets his fucking ass squashed. Anyway, Antonio Cesaro, let me put it this way for you fucking people. They renamed him. This is Claudio Castagnoli, former CZW superstar and ROH. This is a talented guy right here. WWE's got themselves a top quality world class athlete. If WWE fucks up this, I'm going to just fucking throw my television set across the room. Because WWE has been infamous for destroying careers right here. And they take everything that's good and decent and fuck it up. Just like Daniel Bryan's title reign. So, it goes without saying I'm a bit skeptical about Antonio Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli's. I'm just going to call him Claudio Castagnoli. I think it works better. It sounds better. Why didn't WWE just use that name instead? I don't understand. I don't even know what his fucking real name is. I guess it's Antonio Cesaro. But anyway, by the way, whatever those fucking quad straps were that you wore to the ring, they look fucking retarded. But anyway, a quick matchup. I like his finisher. It looked like it was going to be Jerry Lynn's Cradle Pile Driver, but instead it was a Cradle Face Buster, I guess you could refer to it. It looks sort of like a move that DDP used to use in WCW. Anyway, good squash match. I liked it. I'm happy to see Claudio in the ring finally. And, just all around I'm happy about it. I'm always happy to see new stars coming in. That's what's great. This is what... WWE is starting to suck now, but I'm just happy that they're always bringing in new, fresh talent and good talent. And Claudio Castagnoli is definitely good talent. Anyway, we've got Teddy Long, who's been taking orders from John Laurinaitis through his earpiece. He's sitting at ringside. I didn't mention that before. I've got just so much fucking pent-up aggression. I'm forgetting things, what to mention. Even though I got my notes sitting here right in front of me. I mean, I'm ranting here because I'm getting upset about this. And anyway, we see that Laurinaitis tells Teddy to get in the ring and raise Claudio's arm in victory. Claudio and Oksana kiss, and Teddy looks like he's about to cry, upset because he's losing his girlfriend. Michael Cole makes the point that, well, Teddy's got grandkids. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, we get a little bit of recap of John Cena and Lesnar, and looking forward to that match, of course, even though Raw had the worst build-up ever. See, that's what I gotta say. WWE's starting to suck, but they've got a good matchup booked. I'm still very happy about Brock Lesnar being back in the WWE. It's helping things a lot. Next up, we've got the Great Khali and Cody Rhodes. I almost feel like not talking about this matchup because I'm so fucking angry about it. Another 2-minute match. Another fucking 2 minutes waste of time and effort. Khali gets a drop on Cody Rhodes. Clean victory. Khali doesn't even have a matchup at Extreme fucking Rules. Cody Rhodes has a big matchup for the Intercontinental title against the Big Show. Who the fuck is booking this show? He lost in 2 minutes? I don't understand that. Why the fuck are you gonna lose when you've got a big matchup? Like, who is booking this? This is the most archaic form of booking ever. It's just totally fucking random, worthless. Next segment, please. Next segment. Anyway, Abraham Washington is talking to Primo Epico and Rosa Mendez backstage. He says that they have till Monday to decide if they want to acquire his services. Fucking take his services, please. The tag titles are a fucking joke, just like this whole fucking show has been so far. I mean, my God. The tag titles. I think back to the year 2000 when we had fucking Hardys, APA, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, Too Cool, X-Pac and Road Dogg, TNA, Test and Albert. You Head Cheese, Steve Blackman, Alston. You had like tag teams coming out the fucking ass. I remember you had the Radicals. You had Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn. I remember WrestleMania 2000. There's so many fucking tag matches because WWE had so many goddamn teams they didn't even know what to do with. What the fuck happened? They went from having too many tag teams to not all. There's no fucking tag teams at all. I understand it. Like, every time they have a tag team, Tyson Kidd and D.H. Smith, they break it up. Every single tag team that works, they break it up. They break it up. They break it up. They break it up. They've got Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. They break them up after finding out that they have chemistry. Oh, what's that? They have chemistry. Let's break them up. Oh my God. Just, I can't even fucking stand this shit anymore. It's ridiculous. It's really grating to my mind because I have to think about how great the WWE used to be and how it is now and how badly they're fucking things up and how easy it is to fix it. There are great tag teams. They got them in FCW. It's just a matter of taking guys and putting them together. I really just don't fucking understand why they do these types of things. Why do they fucking just put them on TV, give them time, have a great match with the Usos. I'm not big on the Usos, but fuck, it's a tag team. Put them out there for 10 minutes. I'm sure they'll come up with something decent. They're competent workers, but the last time they had a matchup like that, it didn't last too long. And just like Abraham Washington is saying, they didn't even get on WrestleMania. What does that say about the team? I don't understand these titles, and it goes without saying. I said on my Raw review about the U.S. title being defended on the pre-show. At least Miz and Santino are on the fucking pre-show. These guys are not even close to being even near Extreme Rules. I mean, God, they didn't even get fucking close. They didn't have a match on SmackDown. Just an appearance backstage. Anyway, next up we got Ryback against some random jobber. His name is Jacob K. Anyway, speaking of the Usos, they're now on looking backstage in the monitor. Looking at this matchup, watching the destruction as Ryback gets the victory with the Muscle Buster, and it's just so fucking cheesy. Every single time that they have these wrestlers looking on for one of Ryback's matches, they're all making fools out of themselves, making cheesy fucking comments that have one of the Usos saying, "I don't know what it means, but it means something." Just shut the fuck up. Just show the matchup. And by the way, this better be the last Ryback squash. I like Ryback, good squash matches, but come on, let's move on already. Let's speed things up here in WWE. Come on, guys. It's not like we have all fucking day to see Ryback squashing guys. The last 5 matches had already been shit. The one thing that you need is another fucking squash. Put Ryback in a matchup for at least 5 minutes with some other wrestler. Anybody would have, done here. You could have put anybody in this spot. Put anyone. My God. Just to give them some time out there. These matches, nothing went up to this point 5 minutes. Anyway, so Matt Striker is backstage trying to get an interview with AJ. She doesn't want to talk to him. Caitlyn, who the fuck is Caitlyn? Oh, that's right, she's from the NXT. Again! WWE, nobody watches NXT. It's not even available on US television. So, nobody fucking knows who Caitlyn is. Anyway. Caitlyn says that she shouldn't worry about Daniel Bryan. He's a jerk and didn't love her and never did anything for her. So AJ slaps Caitlyn. I think AJ's gonna turn heel. I think that would be fucking awesome. See, this is my prediction here. I think that Daniel Bryan actually is gonna win the world title at Extreme Rules. Why? Because I think AJ is going to help him get that second fall on Sheamus. I think she's going to help Daniel Bryan. I think she's going to turn heel, and I think Daniel Bryan's going to take her back. Holy shit, I should fucking book for WWE. I got some great ideas. Now, because it's one thing, what my prediction is. It's another thing if they're going to do it entirely. I think that would be great. Could you imagine that? She goes heel, and she helps Bryan win? That would be fucking amazing. And that would be good booking. But it remains to be seen. Sheamus and Mark Henry. Oh, look, we finally get a decent match. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this matchup 2 stars. Everything else on the show so far had been like a quarter a star or a dud. I'll just say that they were all duds because I fucking hated this whole entire show. It was just, not like... We didn't even get any good build-up. It didn't even really feel anything exciting because, first of all, to get good build-up, you need to build excitement. I wasn't feeling excited during the show. I was feeling? Upset, angry, and bored. Anyway, Sheamus and Mark Henry put on a decent effort here. Sheamus is a great big man. I don't hold any ill will for him winning in 18 seconds. I didn't like the booking decision. But I like Sheamus. And does he deserve to be champion? Of course he does. The guy's a hard worker. And for a big man, he does a good job in the ring. He's better than Crush. Anyway, Mark Henry's been doing a lot better in the ring. And his recent efforts against CM Punk on Live proved that. It only took the guy fucking 15 years to find his niche in the ring. But I'm happy that he's finally found it. At least temporarily. And given the right opponent. I guess he has some chemistry with CM Punk. But it's rare that Mark Henry has a completely awful match as of late. I guess because he's such a veteran as of late. He's really trying to stay in WWE's good graces by having some good matches out there. And, this was no different. But he's carried a lot of times. So I'm really torn as to say if he's improved or not. I'm just going to say that he's been getting the right opponents in the ring. So as long as Mark Henry has the right opponents in the ring, I'm just fine with that. It's a good, decent matchup. Mark Henry uses a lot of clotheslines. Maybe a little bit too much. Anyway, he's a pretty good worker. A lot of high impact, as of late, he's a good worker. I'm just going to say that. Probably because he's being carried. I don't want to mince words here. So, anyway, Sheamus gets the victory with the bro kick. And we go off the air with Daniel Bryan applauding from the entrance ramp. Sheamus says, is he going to win the, is he going to retain the title at Extreme Rules? He says, yes, 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 repeatedly until the show goes off the air. So, that's the end of that. Just to end this review, I just have to say is like, you look at this show as a whole, and you just say, wow, that was a piece of shit. I don't understand WWE. This whole fucking show was nothing but short matches. How do you expect to sell a pay-per-view when the in-ring product is so horrible? And not only that, but the backstage material was awful as well. Nothing was good. Nothing at all. The promos, the matches, nothing was good. How the fuck are they going to sell this? The only way that WWE is going to get any buy rates is just off of Brock Lesnar's name. That is the only reason anybody is going to buy this show. Because you know what? The rest of the card is complete fucking shit. Besides the 2 world title matches, I almost forgot to say this, but yes, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan is probably going to be a very good match, and Brock and Cena is going to be another good matchup. Other than that, everything else is looking very, very grim for this show. Do you realize that the U.S. title is not going to be on the line, nor are the tag titles, which are 2 enormous championships? The Intercontinental titles are being defended by a guy who has no business being the Intercontinental champion. The Intercontinental title should be reserved for young talent, up-and-coming talent, before they enter the world title picture, or if they have nothing else to do. Also, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger. Dolph Ziggler headlined Royal Rumble against CM Punk. And he's not even on Extreme Rules. I almost felt like he wasn't even at WrestleMania because he was just a random guy in a tag match. But he was. Give him credit, he was at WrestleMania. But I just don't fucking understand this. I really don't fucking understand at all how you could leave so many great talents off the card. It just makes no fucking sense at all. I'm just completely disgusted with WWE right now. And I'm just going to end it right here. Just to wrap things up, Extreme Rules is looking like a pretty fucking awful show on the undercard. It's very, very strong in the main events. But I'm just going to have to say that the rest of the show just looks like fucking trash. Randy Orton and Kane. Who's really looking forward to that? I just can't stand it. Anyway, I'll see you for Raw. And, and that's it. And, I'll probably fucking blow a gasket on the Raw review too. See you there.